Frank Caleb Sturges. Frank Sturges was an excellent engineer, an intelligent businessman, and a scientist who focused on solving problems at and below the ground surface. His major activities were in mineral exploration, geotechnical drilling techniques, mine grouting, and large diameter drilling for air shafts and escapeways. Frank was born on October 28, 1909. His family could be traced back to their arrival from England in 1634 to settle in Yarmouth, Massachusetts. He received his B.S. in mining engineering from Carnegie Tech and took additional courses, including the first course in soil mechanics given by the distinguished engineer Robert R. Philippe of the Corps of Engineers. Frank spent his entire working life in his family's business, Pennsylvania Drilling Company. He began as a field superintendent in 1931, became general manager in 1940, and president and chairman of the board in 1962. Frank was also president of Foundation Associates, a consulting firm with fellow geo-pioneers Al Achenheil and Shaler Philbrick. In Frank's memorial, Philbrick wrote, "Frank was president and chairman of the board of Pennsylvania Drilling Company of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and a fellow of the Geological Society of America. That relationship indicates the plural nature of the man. He was a first-class engineer, an intelligent businessman, and a scientist who sought to apply scientific principles to the solution of problems dealing with conditions at and below the surface of the ground. In addition to this, he had a strong sense of duty to society in general and to society in terms of individuals. His death created a huge loss to his community, to his family, and to his business, but he left behind a clear pattern of how one should live one's life for the benefit of those around him." In Frank's memorial, Dr. Philbrick wrote, "During the 44 years that Frank Sturges was associated with the Pennsylvania Drilling Company, the whole process of drilling holes in the earth and recovering samples of the earth's materials changed in methods, machinery, and efficiency, as well as in costs. On the job where I first met him in 1935, NX borings producing 2 1/8 inch core cost $1.80 per foot and probably produced well below 80% core recovery. In 1939, Frank patented an improved apparatus to obtain a continuous sample of the rock by casing the hole from the top down, thus eliminating contamination of the lower samples. In 1950, with driller Russell B. Strope, Frank patented a core drilling apparatus which combined a shot core drill and a core puller, eliminating the need to pull the bit and dewater the hole. Abandoned mines were often unsafe to enter, as many were flooded, had caved-in roofs, or contained dangerous gas. Frank developed an ingenious way to restore the former load-carrying capacity of the rocks above these mines. Gravel was introduced into the mines through borings in order to form truncated cones spreading out over the mine floor and extending laterally in contact with the roof. The gravel was then grouted through the same hole through pipe forced into the cones. In theory, the method of grout columns was excellent, but a big risk to developers faced with large expenditures for materials to be installed where it could not be observed. Visibility was a must, so Frank developed a camera that produced clear pictures of the unique construction and demonstrated the feasibility of restoring the support capacity and hence the surface land value of the mined-out areas. He decided not to patent either the camera or the above method of roof support, and this generosity carried over into his dealings with the public. Frank was a PE in Pennsylvania, a fellow of GSA, a member of ASCE, AIME, the Coal Mining Institute of America, the Pittsburgh Geological Society, and the International Committee on Soil Mechanics and Foundations. As a member of the American Society for Testing Materials, he co-authored their standard on drilling, as well as a report on the state-of-the-art borehole photography. He also served as the Soil Mechanics and Foundation Task Force that wrote the ASCE report on grouting. Frank was president of the Pittsburgh section of ASCE. In 1973, he received the Engineer of the Year award from the Pittsburgh section of ASCE. Frank served 2 terms as president of the Diamond Core Drilling Manufacturers Association, as well as a number of terms as chairman of the Standards Committee and Association's representative to ASTM. Frank believed in community service. He was a member of the Baldwin-Whitehall School Building Authority for 22 years and chairman for 10. He was chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Baldwin Community Methodist Church, was the founder of the James G. Fulton Congressional Intern Scholarship Fund at the Pittsburgh Foundation, and served on the fund's advisory board. At his direction, Pennsylvania Drilling Company founded scholarships for civil engineering students at Carnegie Mellon University and for students in the College of Earth Sciences at Pennsylvania State University. We are pleased to honor Frank Caleb Sturges and celebrate his work as a geo-pioneer.